Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. Welcome to today's troubleshooting session focused on Diagnostic Trouble Code DTC P2421, which indicates that the EVAP canister vent shut valve is stuck open in the Honda HRV models from 2016 to 2022. The Evaporative Emission Control System, or EVAP, plays a critical role in capturing and storing fuel vapors from the tank before they can escape into the atmosphere. When the DTC P2421 is triggered, it signifies a malfunction in this system, specifically that the vent shut valve responsible for sealing off the canister when required is not functioning as it should. If there's excessive fuel vapor pressure in the fuel system, it can lead to issues such as reduced vehicle performance or failure to pass emissions tests. As we dive deeper into this guide, we will discuss its components, potential causes, and provide a structured troubleshooting path that can help in rectifying this issue effectively. DTC P2421 indicates that the EVAP canister vent shut valve is stuck open. The EVAP canister is situated underneath the vehicle near the fuel tank, and its primary role is to store fuel vapors generated from the fuel system. This is crucial in preventing these harmful vapors from entering the atmosphere. The vent shut valve is directly attached to the EVAP canister and is responsible for controlling the airflow in and out of the canister. In a properly functioning system, the valve will close to prevent vapor loss during certain vehicle operations. However, when the valve is stuck open, it can lead to an imbalance in the pressure dynamics of the fuel system. This could further worsen emissions performance, impacting environmental friendliness and possibly triggering additional engine warning lights. There are several possible causes for the DTC P2421 code. First, using an incorrect or improperly installed fuel fill cap can lead to vapor loss and pressure imbalances. The fill cap must click into place to ensure it is secure. Additionally, a damaged fuel fill pipe can cause vapor leakage, contributing to the malfunction. Another common issue is a blockage or restriction in the vent hose, which is essential for allowing vapors to escape safely. Furthermore, if the EVAP canister purge valve is faulty, it may not regulate the vapor flow effectively, leading to an open circuit condition. Lastly, visual checks must include looking for damages or poor connections in the fuel and vapor return lines, all of which play a part in the operational integrity of the EVAP system. Evaluating each of these areas will be key to diagnosing and rectifying the issue. When dealing with DTC P2421, several symptoms may manifest. The most immediate indicator would be the illumination of the check engine light, CEL, on the dashboard, alerting the driver of a potential issue within the EVAP system. Additionally, you may experience decreased fuel efficiency as a malfunctioning vent valve can interfere with the fuel delivery system's pressure dynamics. Another troubling symptom may be failing an emissions test, which could indicate legal trouble or personal inconvenience. Drivers might also notice a fuel smell near the vehicle, especially when parked, which is a direct consequence of evaporative emissions escaping the system. Lastly, the vehicle may report broader evaporative system malfunctions, pointing to the need for immediate inspection and resolution. Addressing these symptoms promptly can help avert further fuel system damage or operational inefficiencies. In the first troubleshooting step for DTC P2421, we begin with a critical check of the fuel fill cap. This small yet significant component must be correctly installed to prevent vapor escape and ensure the integrity of the EVAP system. Make sure that the fuel fill cap specifically states "tighten to click" for proper sealing. Once properly tightened, the cap should make a quarter turn followed by an audible click. If the cap is not installed correctly, it should be replaced or firmly secured until it clicks into place. This step is essential before proceeding to further diagnostics, as a faulty fuel fill cap is a common cause behind many EVAP-related DTCs and can lead to errant readings or false diagnostics in more complex issues. In the second step, focus on inspecting the fuel fill cap seal and the mating surface of the fuel fill pipe. Begin by turning the vehicle to the off lock mode to ensure safety during inspection. Look for any visible damage or missing portions in the fuel fill cap seal, which can lead to fuel vapor leakage. Additionally, verify that the fuel fill pipe is not damaged or corroded, as any imperfections here could also contribute to the same issue. As a smaller but equally important detail, ensure that the tether cord of the fuel fill cap is not trapped under the cap itself, which could prevent it from sealing properly. A thorough examination of these components can uncover easily overlooked issues that have a significant impact on the overall functionality of the EVAP system and prevent further diagnostic steps from being necessary. Step 3 involves inspecting the EVAP canister vent hose, which is crucial for allowing vapors to escape from the EVAP canister. Begin by removing the front floor undercover for better access to the vent hose and disconnecting it from the vent shut valve unit. Examine the hose for any blockages or restrictions, as these can severely hamper vapor flow and cause the vent valve to malfunction. A clogged vent hose will prevent the evacuation of fuel vapors, potentially leading to pressure buildup within the system. Make sure that the hose is connected securely on both ends after your inspection to avoid further issues. If any blockages are found, they should be cleared or the hose replaced as needed. Ensuring unrestricted airflow is critical for proper system performance and functionality. The fourth troubleshooting step emphasizes the visual inspection of the fuel fill pipe and the fuel tank vapor recirculation tube. Both components work in harmony to regulate vapor flow and should be intact to prevent malfunctions in the EVAP system. Begin by closely examining these parts for any signs of physical damage, such as cracks, corrosion, or loose fittings. A poor connection can easily lead to vapor leaks, complicating the pressure dynamics within the EVAP system. If any damages or poor connections are noticed, these parts should be promptly repaired or replaced as needed. Ensuring that all components are visually checked guarantees the EVAP system operates as intended, mitigating further issues down the line. In the fifth step of troubleshooting DTC P2421, we focus on the EVAP canister purge valve. Start by removing the purge valve while keeping its connector and vacuum hose attached. This method maintains the system's integrity while allowing you to conduct a vacuum test effectively. Disconnect the vacuum hose from the purge valve and connect a T-fitting with a vacuum gauge to observe whether it holds the specified amount of vacuum. As you apply around 15 millimeters of mercury of vacuum, monitor the gauge for stability. If it holds vacuum for 1 full minute, this indicates that no leaks are present at the purge valve, and we can confidently move on to the next step. However, if the vacuum dissipates, it reveals a failure in the purge valve that needs to be addressed by replacement. This crucial test elucidates whether the valve is part of the issue at hand. During the sixth step, the aim is to verify the problem through the onboard diagnostic system. Start by turning the vehicle to the on mode before clearing the DTC using the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS. After clearing the code, switch back to the off lock mode and then return the vehicle to the on mode once again. Next, you'll select the EVAP test from the inspection menu and initiate the function test via the HDS. This operation will affect the EVAP system's parameters and allow you to see if the issue returns immediately. If the DTC does not reappear after running diagnostics, it suggests an intermittent failure, and you'll want to examine connections at the fuel tank pressure (FTP) sensor and related components for poor connections or looseness. If the DTC reappears, you should move to further troubleshooting steps to accurately diagnose the issue. The seventh troubleshooting step is essential for pinpointing the failure area within the EVAP system. Begin by turning the vehicle to the off lock mode and disconnecting the fuel vent tube from the EVAP canister. Be sure to plug the EVAP canister port to prevent further leaks during testing. Following this, the T-fitting and vacuum setups from earlier steps should be reconnected. Switch the vehicle to the on mode and conduct the EVAP test once more, this time targeting the EVAP canister vent shut valve. Administrative safety requires you to carefully apply the vacuum while ensuring voltage conditions are precise with instant feedback from the HDS system. At the conclusion of this step, you should investigate whether the voltage readings changed by more than 0.2 volts. If not, return to previous tests that could unearth hidden complications in other EVAP components. In the eighth troubleshooting step, we examine the operation of the EVAP canister vent shut valve specifically. After selecting EVAP CVS off in the HDS, it's time to disconnect the vent hose from the shut valve and plug its port to establish a closed system for accurate testing. Apply vacuum once more, ensuring to monitor the readings closely on the FTP sensor. This time, you will be looking for an increase in voltage. If it shows a change of more than 0.2 volts, the vent shut valve functions correctly and is not the cause of the DTC P2421. However, should the voltage not meet these criteria, the vent shut valve is likely faulty and would require replacement. This is a critical step as it directly tests valve functionality, which is at the heart of the encountered issue. The ninth step necessitates thorough observation of the EVAP canister purge line, which connects the EVAP canister with the purge valve. Look closely for any signs of damage or wear that could hinder the sealing and functionality of the line. Even small cracks or loose fittings can lead to pressure loss or systemic errors that might trigger the DTC P2421. This inspection should also be extended to the EVAP canister itself, which is also susceptible to wear and external damage over time. If you identify any issues, repair or replace the damaged components to restore system integrity. This step serves as an important checkpoint. Reviewing connections critically can reveal hidden faults that others might easily overlook in comprehensive diagnostics. In the final troubleshooting step, we focus on assessing the fuel fill pipe and the vapor return pipe for any signs of malfunction. Starting with the EVAP CVS off command in the HDS, conduct a visual inspection to identify any concerns or weaknesses in the connections. Poor connections can complicate the pressure dynamics and lead to vapor leaks, making it crucial to ensure everything is sealed properly. Determine if there are any visible damages, and if identified, take appropriate action to repair or replace the problematic sections. Make sure to conclude your inspection with a final check on the fuel tank unit base gasket and the tank itself, ensuring that the entire setup is optimized to handle the pressures of the fuel system effectively. By following these steps, you can ensure that the EVAP system operates seamlessly, and issues like DTC P2421 are resolved efficiently. In the final repair verification step, following the completion of the troubleshooting path for DTC P2421, you will conduct conclusive tests on the EVAP system. This means running final system checks with the HDS to ensure that temporary issues do not recur and any emissions functionality has returned to normal. Clear the DTC once again and monitor the onboard systems to see if the code reappears, which would imply an unresolved issue or further complications within the EVAP system. Additionally, confirming that the car successfully passes emissions testing is critical. This verification will ensure compliance with regulations and assure that the vehicle operates as expected in environmental terms. Performing this last round of checks is vital for peace of mind, both for you as the technician and for the vehicle owner. Preventive maintenance for the EVAP system is crucial to mitigate future issues related to DTC P2421. Regularly inspect the fuel fill cap to ensure it continues to seal effectively. Replacing it when signs of wear or damage are observed can save considerable time and trouble later. It's also wise to routinely check for any evaporative leaks around the fuel tank and associated lines. Keeping external components like the fuel fill pipe in excellent condition will help maintain pressure integrity within the system. Furthermore, educating vehicle owners about the importance of proper refueling techniques, such as ensuring the cap is tightened securely, can greatly reduce the chances of encountering DTCs related to the EVAP system in the future. Overall, consistent checks and education can significantly enhance the longevity and performance of the EVAP system. In conclusion of our exploration into DTC P2421, it is evident that diagnosing this issue requires a systematic approach that includes examining all potential components involved in the evaporative emission control system. Among the most crucial elements is the fuel fill cap, as it serves both as a sealant and indicator of system integrity. Additionally, recognizing the potential for malfunctions near areas such as the vent hoses and purge valves is essential in addressing the root cause effectively. By taking preventative measures such as regular inspections and educating vehicle owners on proper fuel management practices, you can significantly reduce the occurrences of DTCs linked to the EVAP system. Summarizing our discussions today, key components and consistent maintenance practices will not only benefit vehicle performance, but also ensure environmental compliance, making them important considerations for every technician. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.